So let's go ahead and jump it off. Yours truly, Stess The Emcee. We got somebody special on the phone. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, homie.
Hey, yo, you got S.I.D right here from the Superiors, you know what I mean?
Now,
oh, that's what this is in the building, baby, you know what I mean? Word up.
That's what
my man. Word up.
That's what it is, man. Now, where y'all from exactly? Because I studying y'all discography from over the years. Y'all got, you know, production credits from a variety of sources. Where are y'all from exactly?
Well, we from New York, you know what I mean? We're going out and wine dance, you know, and the credits is started off with me on the solo production tip. Right now we together as a team. It's a father-son production team, but I've been in the business for a little minute. I got introduced in the business through Rakim, who got me actually a deal signed to REL in 90, excuse me, you know what I mean? And we came out with the group Sid and Beach on, had a single right quick, which was Death Wish. Then from there on, Russell and Leor started stressing to me, yo, your production game is on. So from there, my first joint, which was Daddy's Little Girl, which I wrote, produced for Nicky's Lil D, which jumped and went with gold for me. So that started off the little production route. From there, Slick Rick came on, and then Apache, and then from there, and then I ran on to doing Queen Latifah's biggest album, Black Rain album, you know what I mean? So it just started rolling into the production and like that. But now we got the Superiors, man, you know what I mean? And then we got production on the end with the track from G Unit, where we going in hard. We got a record with him and Corey Guns. Went it last night with him and Jim Jones. So we got joints on the table, and we got a joint with Reek the Villain, Buster's artist. You know what I mean? So the Superiors, we making a name right now. We out on the buzz right now, you know what I mean?
So kind of explain to me how that works. I mean, being a father and son, starting off kind of on the solo and then bringing your son in, like, how did you even know from jump? Like, what was some of the earliest moments that you realized your son wanted to get into it? And then kind of explain how you brought him in underneath your wing.
Well, when I was working with his album and I started working on Naughty by Nature's album, around that time I had him in the studio ever since he was 7, 8 years old, you know what I mean? So he had it in his blood, man, and always had him in the vibe and just keeping him around whatever we was doing and wherever we was going. So he always just lived the life, and everything that I did, he was right there along, just catching that little side view. So he picked real quick, and you know, he just turned 18 and graduated, so he got hard into the game now, and his music game just got crazy, you know what I mean?
Definitely. Now, the way production was done back whenever he was working with Nicky D compared to working with like Reek and G Unit nowadays, if you kind of explain to the people, maybe just real quick, like some of the progression, some of the machines, some of the drum machines used back in the day, compared to if maybe you're still using them or if you're on like different programs now.
Crazy you asked that, because you know I'm a SB12 MPC cat, you know what I mean? And you know, it's like back in the days, me and Rakim used to talk about it all the time, the ASR and the MP, how the machines, how they just got the raw feel and essence to it. I remember even having a conversation with my man DJ Premier about that, about just not being able with these computers to replicate the sounds you're getting through the machines, you know what I mean? And it's just crazy. My son, he was an MPC, and until you know, till was forced to move over to the Logic, you know what I mean, which we hitting hard right now. So we MPC here and there, but it's straight up just running into the world of Logic right now, man. Can't complain about it all. I mean, I ain't mad at Apple at all.
That's what it is now. A lot of cats, you said your son's 18, a lot of cats at the age of 18 don't really have a good grasp on the fundamentals as far as the history of the music and the kind of respect you're supposed to show for it. So if you kind of want to talk to the people real quick and maybe explain bringing them in, how important that was.
Definitely, man. Well, you know, he got to see a lot of things from the inside, you know, and like I said, I had help from the giddy up. I was blessed to be introduced to the game by the guy Rakim, and he guided me through different obstacles and different things he was going through. So Vaughn got a chance to see things that I was going through, mistakes that I was doing and things, and he just picked up on it. And it's like now his business game is even sharper too. Just having that time to be around the game so long, man. It's like it's just to him, man. You know what I mean? I just stress to him, though, you know, just stay humble with it and get your businessman game on now, so you can take that to the next level and get this in. Cause we got the music covered now. We just got to get the paper to add up. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Now, I want to talk a little specifics. I noticed that you did some work with Freddie Fox. Were you actually in a studio with him when that went down, or was it more you submitted the beat and then he went in and did his thing?
Yeah, that's how you asked that, because I just left Fox the other night. We gonna do something with Fox too. Fox just asked us to do a whole little layout for him. But yeah, Fox, that was my dude. He was signed to Flavor Unit right after I had did Queen Latifah and Naughty by Nature's joints. I had went in with Freddie Fox and I did It's So Tough record. You know what I mean? And that made a little noise for me. Fox is good people, you know what I mean? He's from out here, from where we from, and like I said, we about to go in hard with some new Bumpy Knuckles joint. He just did the album with Premier, and he coming with the Superiors next. You know what I'm saying?
So just out of curiosity, you ever seen him beat up any rappers?
Who, Bumpy?
No, yeah, Freddie Fox. He's known for that, right? Beating up rappers. You ever seen that firsthand?
Yeah. Bumpy don't put lumps on dudes like that. I mean, everybody know about when he had the boxing match with Melly Mel and he knocked him out. You know what I mean? But Fox put the lumps on cats, man. You know, and he hold them 2 blocks on the sides of the head. He ain't playing with it. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Now, you said Rakim was the cat that kind of brought you in the game. Could you kind of maybe explain a little further how he brought you in, being that, you know, he's one of the most prolific MCs to ever exist? So how, even though he was like with Eric B and everything, how he managed to kind of usher you in?
Yeah, I give the most props to the God, man, because it was right when he was, you know, right at his, when I Got Soul came out, 1991, and making a transition. Then I was a cat right out of high school, man. Me on his door every day, and he was never turning me away. He was just showing me love, and I did my demos and kept going. Next, you know, he called up Leo Cohen, and the next he was signed, man, and it was just like, man, boom, Sid Beach on EPMD, boom, everything. But the whole label situation came to fall down, and that's why we ain't dropped the album. And you know, Russell, like I said, Russell and Leo, they was like, Sid, you got production talent, boom, we gonna put you on Nicki B, who was the first lady at Def Jam at the time. So that immediately blew up, you know what I mean, and the production game looked there, you know. So
let me ask you this: we're going in with Def Jam. You know, Def Jam's rep eventually became to what, you know, it wasn't before, if I could say it like that. So were you kind of locked in with them for a long time, or were you just there just to do production for the short while, or like how did that kind of work with your deal and them?
Well, I had a good relationship with Leo and Russell, but at the time it was like Shock Latifah was kind of moved me over to the Flavor Unit, like, yo, we want you over here. This is home for you. So I was signed actually with Francesca Spiro, who was, you know, running up under Russell and Leo at the time, but it was like a tuggle going back and forth between the two. But you know, I'm a loyal dude, and I was trying to show that loyalty. So I was originally signed to Def Jam and Fran and them. Then when I started doing all the work with Flavor Unit, that's when I made the little transition over into them. You know what I mean?
That's what it is. Working with Naughty by Nature in the studio, they are very gully, just to say the least. What was it like having them in the studio and working with them?
Well, it's crazy because Tretch always looked at it like you know, it was love, and he looked like he had to give me some respect back. You know what I mean? On the end of when I did Nicki's little girl, he came in, he was on the hook right there, and I put him in the video, and I always would show him love up in the lab. He would come to the patchy and just what it do before they even got on. So I was the only outside producer at the time that came in and did a joint on there. Like I said, I did a song, and the only ones, you know what I mean, right on the 1993 album, and that album went platinum for us. So it was a real big jump off for us. You know what I mean? So Naughty, I gotta say respect and love to Naughty. You know what I mean? Respect and love to the whole Flavor, you know? Most
definitely. Who would you say out of artists you work with, either currently, you know, the past few years, or just throughout your entire career, who is maybe like an artist that kind of sticks out that you like really enjoy working with?
Rakim. even though I went in, I had the opportunity to work with him, and it wasn't released. To me, that was the best opportunity. Working with him was the chance of a lifetime. Even though he had brought me in the game, then he came to me when he was leaving his MCA situation, Universal, and right before the 18th letter, and we went in the studio and did. It's still, even though, like I said, it got caught in the mix with the album and all that, that was the best time, man, working with Rob, man.
So I'm
gonna say too, I did go in with LL Cool J too and did a joint. I really appreciated that time too, and even though the joint didn't come out, you know what I mean? But that was another dude, you know what I mean?
It ever get difficult, like me, like being on the radio, and I'm an artist myself, so a lot of times if I work with people, if I do things, I'm very, very humble, but at the same time I get kind of nervous, like when I'm around some of my idols. Like early in the game, did you experience that? I mean, were you nervous at all going in the studio with somebody like Rakim?
Well, nah, I'm gonna tell you who I was nervous with early in the game. It was one dude, and that was the late great Miles Davis, who Easy Mo B. You know Easy Mo B, the famous Biggie producer. Yeah. We was the last two producers to actually go in the studio with Miles, and if you ever get to pick up his book, The Last Miles, they showed us love in there. They gave me a couple of pages, and then they showed everything that went down with that. But that, the time that I was a little nervous was around Miles. That was the only dude. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. I would definitely understand why that would be. From all the cats you've worked with in the past, like, who are some of the cats that you still, I mean, we talked about Freddie Fox, but who are some of the other people that you still manage to work with nowadays?
Nowadays, man, we hopefully got well, I ain't gonna pull too many hats out, but we got an artist up under the belt named Cali that we got coming through that's gonna really ain't gonna catch the wave in a minute, you know what I mean? So we putting a lot of work and a lot of energy into that. Like I said, we doing a lot of work with Trav. We think Trav is gonna be that dude, man. Trav is about that next. Like I said, Trav. You look at his history. He done did joints with Jim Jones, with Mano, with Jewels, with Lloyd Banks, with Sean Kingston. You know what I mean? His son is that next one in line, and we done organized and made it a family and came to terms. So it's really about to be hot. Like I said, we had a good session last night with him up in there with Jim Jones, and
that's what's up.
I mean,
that's what's up. Also, one thing I have to know, I'm deeply in love with Queen Latifah. Is there any way you could give her my phone number and you can maybe set up so she and I can go on a date? Just, since you worked with her in the past.
I ain't gonna speak on that. I will keep that one. We're gonna keep that one on a I don't know tip.
If you can know, if she chilling and she emails you with something, be like, hey, this dude Stess trying to holler at you, and maybe, you could work that out for me. Before we get out of here, of course, I always appreciate the time. It's always, a pleasure to talk to legends in the game, people who've been doing it for so long. Is there anything, as far as if people want to get at you, or anything you want to say, as far as your piece before we get out of here?
I just want to say much respect to you, man, you know what I mean, for showing us love and appreciation, you know what I mean, and the superiors, y'all better look out for us. We hot this year. We got that hot heat. We making that noise, baby. You know
Follow us on Twitter too at
oh yeah, definitely. You heard that thing? Let them know one more time, huh? Yes, indeed, on Twitter, baby. You know what I mean? Like I said, big ups, respect to you, man. You know what I mean?
That's what it is.